Hey everyone, it's AMG Hobby Talk number 52. This is the very first episode where we are coming from you from the future past. We're not quite live to tape. It's going to be a little different. I'll explain in a moment. But first, the collector of the scallops, collector of the people. Steve, how are you?
Very good this morning.
Excellent. You mean Wednesday morning?
Sure.
I'll explain that in a moment. So Blair, how are you?
Fantastic.
Amazing, amazing. So I'm poking a little bit of fun at it because we alluded to the possibility of having some lives on the channel. So if you're watching this should be coming out on Wednesday, and we're actually recording it on the Tuesday. But then later on Tuesday, there should be a live stream on the channel where there may be some exciting announcements. So that's why I'm kind of poking around and poking a little bit of fun of the fact the present, the past, the future. We're actually speaking of future events before they've occurred, and then this will drop right around just in time to give us a little background. What we're mainly going to focus on, we're going to talk about 24, 25 Upper Deck Series 1. So we are in present day as far as the Upper Deck products are concerned. So this is current year. And then we'll talk a little bit about some other cards that came in the shop, and we'll go through maybe a couple of other products that are coming in as well in the coming future, and we'll let you know about some upcoming things. So since we're middle of the month, I will remind you that towards the end of the month there will be a trade night and card show. We will give you the dates again in the next episode, in the coming episodes leading up to the card trade night and card show itself. So before I get into anything else, let me start off with this. We're going to do a couple of comments from last week's episode. Thank you for the participation as always. You're more than welcome to leave comments. We'll try to respond to them in the subsequent episode. If there is something more time sensitive, though, I recommend you use the contact points. I'm scrolling across the bottom there. AMG on Instagram, and then the website is the hub to everything else. The description also has a bunch of other places that you can reach out. So real quick, Gotham here as always. So thank you, Gotham, for the consistent commenting. AMG hoodies, any for sale? Great video. Go Sens Go. Got to include the Go Sens Go there. So that's how we know it's a legitimate comment. So AMG did respond there, and it says not at this time, but you may see something in the future. Absolutely. Now, a little bonus. There was another commenter who replied to it. It wasn't related to the original comment, but I'll read it anyway, just so that we've all got it included in there. So JVac here says, there's a lot of negative comments about this year's Skybox. So talking about the Metal Universe. First year for me purchasing as I just got back into the hobby last February. I really like the premium prospects card style. Some of the others not so much, but I'll buy into some breaks regardless. I give lots of my cards away to friends and kids. I know. Love listening to you guys. Keep up the good work. So appreciate the feedback regardless. Not every product is going to be for everybody, but I'm glad that you're at least able to get some value out of it. Find the ones that work for you. And I do recommend checking out the little previews we do, because it'll maybe give you a little bit of a sense of which ones may be more interesting or may fit what you're looking for. And then also feel free to reach out to the store if you want to get price point, because again, that may be a consideration for you. Some things may make more sense for you at certain prices versus others. So ask the questions. That way you'll be a more informed consumer, and it'll make you happier in the long run. You'll probably get what you're looking for. Anything you want to add, Steve, before I go to the second comment?
No, I think you're rocking and rolling right now. You had 3 or 4 cups of coffee, I can tell.
Yeah.
No, well, I actually haven't had one yet. I want to get to one, but I'm working on it. All right, second one here. Average Joe Card Collector says, setting Steve for networking. Questioning it. Listen, he's the collector, the scallops, and the collector of the people. Of course, we send him for networking. Is that even a question? Come on. All right. So thank you all for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And then again, you're more than welcome to leave comments. And if you do need something more pressing, time sensitive, reach out directly if you have any questions related to it. Plus, I did appreciate including Net Rages in the title of the episode, which just made me feel better. Just made me feel better in general. All right, look, let's go through. Actually, do you want me to show off the cards that came in first, and then we'll finish up with 24-25 Series 1, because we may need a couple minutes to talk about that.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, we had a couple nice pickups this week, so a lot of them are either in the store or in our eBay store. So check out either. Yeah, there's some nice pickups.
And the link is in the description if you do want to check out the eBay store. And there are auctions Sunday to Sunday every single week. Check it out in the store. Again, link in the description. All right, first one. We're going to start off here with the Trevor Lawrence National Treasures. So this one here is a collegiate example. And then we've got, like you can see from the label, it's a little bit busy on there. So it is PSA DNA certified. It is number 10. And it is Trevor Lawrence from Clemson. I don't know what the heck that patch is, but I'm guessing it's from one of the bowls, because it looks like it's a combination of a couple of things going on there.
It does. Yeah.
Definitely. That's what caught my attention on the card was the patch. Funky patch. And Trevor Lawrence at least does take the time to try and make a nice signature. He's a little cold right now, but anytime you can get a nice looking card like that, it's worth a gamble. And I was able to take that in on a trade, so which helped my bottom line.
All right, sounds good. Next up here, we got a trio of 80-81 Peaches. And we've got the Gretzky there in a PSA 8, the Messier rookie in a PSA 8 as well, and then the Bork to finish off the trio, also in a PSA 8. So all three PSA 8s, all 80-81 Peaches, some solid additions, 2 rookies, and then, of course, the Gretzky second year. Nice clean copies. All right, from Exquisite, we've got rookie endorsements here. John Jason Peterka from the Sabres, and we've got a nice clean autograph there. I'm not sure what the characters are supposed to be, but I will give him credit for having adding a little bit of flourish in there, and his jersey number as well. So this one is an autograph patch, numbered to 50. So rookie endorsements. Then we got a rookie masterpieces 1/1 of Riley Walsh. This one's good. 22-23, the cup. The printing plates I'm a little hit or miss on. I do appreciate, though, that they added that this is an autograph version, so I think that adds a little something to it. And then you got a little patch piece at the bottom to add a little bit of intrigue to it.
Yeah, the more printing plates I see, the less I like them. But at least this one, where it's got a patch and the auto, I'm okay with it. But it seems, there's a lot of printing plates popping up now, and as neat as they are and 1/1s, when you see what they sell for, it's a little disheartening. But this one, I like what they did, adding the patch and the auto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think so to give a little historical context for folks in the hockey side, I'll just use the hockey side as an example. I think part of the problem is that our first set of printing plate 1/1s was 97-98. If you go look at the calendar and go look at 97-98, you're going to realize that was a little while ago. So that kicked the whole thing off. Initially, they were monster hits because it's 1/1. I think it was Pinnacle who got the ball rolling on the hockey side. 97-98, trying to get those printing plates, that was crazy. Well, what happens is, you do almost 30 years of printing plates. It gets to be a little bit hard for it to be exciting. Like I said, I agree with Steve. I appreciate that they added a memorabilia piece to this. And for me, if I'm going to look at a printing plate, the autograph ones are at least nice because then you're at least getting an autograph. It's not just the printing plate you're leaning on. Then at least you're getting the autograph element to it, which I think adds a little something to it. And a lot of the printing plates, like you can see here, just looking, this is the black printing plate here. A lot of the details can go missing with the different colors. So some of them look better than others. It depends on the year and the brand. This one, you can make out most of the player and everything, but I think the autograph is really what adds something to it. Otherwise, it would be kind of forgettable. But including that with it, the rest, I think makes it into a better package.
Yeah, they're a little too commonplace, unfortunately.
They become so, yeah. Even for a 1/1, if you've got thousands of 1/1s, then it's not as exciting anymore. Kind of loses a little bit of its luster. And also, just again, giving context, Pacific released a lot of their printing plates. They actually sold them in batches. So you could actually buy a complete set of printing plates for some of the inserts and parallels. So as a result, and what would happen is people would buy the package and then separate them. So they turn them into 4 different, auctions, when in reality they had bought it as a set. So imagine every single time you buy one of these sets, you've got 4 printing plates. You can turn that into 4 and just spread it out all over the place. So you'll see a lot of those to this very day if you look around. So here we got from the cup as well, rookie gear. So that's Dylan Gunther.
Yep.
So we'll go with that. So nice on-card auto there. We've got a patch jersey piece. So at least that patch piece looks pretty nice for the size window. It's actually not too bad. I'm glad he was able to fit the autograph in that space there. It doesn't look like there's a lot of room for that one, but he was able to fit the autograph in the space. Again, I question the letters present there, but there is a D. And
looks like a D.
Squiggle, and jersey number included at the very end. We're not going to have too many nice things to say about the autographs. So that's a different question. But it is on card. It is autographed. It does have a patch jersey. So the aesthetic of the card's not bad. And that is numbered to 24, that one. All right, so here we go again from the cup. We got Landeskog, and this is hand-numbered 2 of 2. So we do have a little bit more flourish there on the autograph. So this is a top 10 picks autograph from the cup. And then to finish up here, round it out, we got a nice exquisite card, numbered to 85. Jake Sanderson, auto rookie patch. Nice, big, elaborate patch piece from the Senator. So this is a pretty sizable patch piece on this one.
That's a pretty one.
No comment on the autograph again, but
No.
It is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will say one other thing that I like that they did with Exquisite here is for these, they actually use a nice silver foil. So you got a nice
Mhm.
rainbow foil going with it. So you got a nice shine aesthetic around it. And then again, nice big solid size patch piece to give you an opportunity for a patch like this, which is, this is really where they exploit it properly. You use a patch piece like this, you feel like you're getting your bang for your buck with that size of a patch window. So some good stuff there. And as Steve mentioned earlier, if you got any questions or any inquiries about these, I do recommend reach out to the store, ask about the availability, and then we can provide you some information on that. All right. So let me start off going into 2024-25 Upper Deck Series 1. So what I'm going to do here is showcase it here, and we'll include a link to the Beckett in the description so you can check out the checklist, because the checklist is available. Strongly recommend you check out the checklist. We'll highlight a few things, but there are 50 Young Guns in every series, so remember that. And if you're curious about certain Young Guns, specific ones, or maybe you collect the team or whatever, use the checklist so that you know exactly what to expect going into it. So real quick, I'm going to grab a quick swig of this, but before I do, so Blair or Steve, do you want to give a little bit of context? Usually we have pretty good quantities of Upper Deck flagship, so give a little context for folks what to expect if they come in the store on these.
Yeah, we just, like we've discussed before, through hard work, have been able to build up our allotments of product, especially Upper Deck. So we'll keep rolling along here. So we do have a large volume of this. So we're basically selling it in volume. This one's just about getting it, bumping it up a few bucks, and move it as fast as we can. So we didn't do any pre-orders or anything on this, because if we did pre-orders at a discounted price, there's no sense of even opening the store. So it's very small, and everyone's gonna get this at the best price we can make it available for.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. So as you can see there, this will show you an example of kind of what the Young Guns design looks like. This is the number out of 250 version of it. So I'll go through a couple of things that you need to know. First of all, we do have some parallels here related to it. If you're familiar with the last couple of products, it's going to be very similar to what you're used to. We're going to have the Silver Outburst at 1 in 15 packs. The Young Guns are going to be at 1 in 60. So Silver Outburst Young Guns is going to be a tougher pull. Clear cuts as well. And then Young Guns also have tougher odds. 1 in 144 packs. I'll double check the configuration, but it's probably going to be pretty close to 1 per case. We'll confirm that here in a moment. Deluxe is numbered to 1 of 250. Exclusives out of 100. Red Outbursts out of 25. Red Outbursts usually look pretty good. The last couple have looked pretty nice. High Gloss out of 10, which you're used to. And then the Gold Outburst 1 of 1, which obviously is the big pull for a lot of these cards and a lot of these Young Guns. So you can see there what the Silver Outburst looks like, just as an example. All right. So we've got a little bit of familiar along with some new. So you've got the UD canvas is back. That's one thing to expect. And then with the Young Guns, they've created a few different inserts. So this one, you've got Young Guns Renewed. So you've got examples of top Young Guns of all-time greats. So you've got a little bit of that. And this is an example here of the Ovechkin. So basically took his Young Gun design and then they added the art around the outside of it. So Luke the Cardist is the one who designed the outside of it. Looks like you want to say something, Steve. I can see it.
Yeah, I actually like that.
Yeah.
Like we'll see what it looks like in hand, but it's comparable to football or basketball with the downtowns or kabooms or something like that. Just a little something different. I like it. Yeah. I think we'll see when it arrives.
Well, we're going to see. More than anything, it's about the art around the outside. That's really to create the distinction between the original and the new version. So rework the backgrounds. They do have an exclusive version and a high gloss and printing plates for those. So they do have parallel versions of these. So there's a base version and then there's the parallels as well available for these. So you're going to get some classic names with that. So you've got your Dazzlers, which is a returning insert from a lot of different ones with pink parallels as a case hit. You've got tins that you can get the orange, so red and black. So you've got different versions that you can collect with the Dazzlers. So bear that in mind. UD Portraits is back. So we scaled back the controversy on the UD Portraits. I think they got a lot of feedback on the medieval themed and the cartoonish versions of them previously. So UD Portraits is kind of like a bunch of squares. So that is included in there. But UD Portraits is back. Too much flack. They took too much flack, I think, for the previous one. That's just my guess. I think they took too much flack and they decided to calm it down a little bit. So for other returning inserts, we've got population count. So you've got different print runs. So basically, whatever the print run on the outside, on the top of it is, that's what the print run is for that particular card. So you got 1,000, 500, 100, 50, 25, 10, and 1. The first 30 cards in Series 1 and then 30 more in Series 2. So bear that in mind. You're going to have that checklist. Again, you can check out the insert checklist and it'll tell you more. So Gaming XP here draws inspiration from video games. This one was very exciting for Blair. I saw him salivating over the opportunity to earn some XP. Very exciting stuff. 100 card checklist here. Breaks down in section co-op, FOP, PvP, and XP. Those are all video game terms. So if you have to look them up, this might be interesting for you. But they're all video game related terms. All have a speckle version, 1 in 48 packs, a blue, 1 in 192, green, numbered to 199, and gold out of 25. So the gold here example is the one that's being showcased in the mock-up. So that's basically what you're looking at. You've got A-line. So I'm going to skip through a couple of these, but you've got a complement of regular inserts at different ratios, so you can check it out. One that we'll look at here, city satellites. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So this one here I think could look really interesting. So similar to what I talked about in the previous example that we did with Metal Universe, this one is actually, so this holotypes that we're looking at here with the Connor Bedard, this one looks like it's going to be a whole hologram background, which I think could look really cool. So basically what they're saying here is they did a little bit of throwback to 90s Upper Deck. So holograms are 1 in 504 packs. So it's going to be a tough pull. So if you see one of these, it's actually a pretty tough pull. The first 30 cards are here with Upper Deck planning to revisit over the next several years in Series 1 with new cards, but no repeating players. The no repeating players I think is nice. And if it comes out the way that I would expect it to, if they did hologram the whole background, whether it's the NHL Shield or whatever, I think that could actually look pretty cool. I think that could actually come out looking pretty nice in hand. It's going to be another one of those. All right. So here's what you need to know. So as far as there's a bunch of different versions of ways that this gets released. So we're going to stick to hobby. We're going to focus on that. Although you've also got blasters, gravity feed, tins, and hanger boxes. As usual, there's a lot of different ways to get your Series 1. But 12 cards per pack in hobby, 12 packs per box, so 144 cards total, 12 boxes per case. So when I said 1 in 144 packs, that is a case hit. So 12 packs per box, 12 boxes per case. The set size is 250 cards. And then we do have a checklist, as I said. And what to expect in a hobby box looks like this. So from A-lines and breaking news, so 2 of the inserts that we didn't get a chance to mention, there are 3 total that are going to be in there. Aimbots, city satellites with UD portraits, 8 total. A speckle version, there'll be at least 1 of those for that. There'll be 1 blue dazzler per box on average. Gaming co-op, FOV, PvP, or XP, 6 total of those ones. And then 1 speckle per box. UD Canvas, expect to see 4 of those in a box. Young Guns Renewed, so those ones we were talking about. The base version, 3 per box, so you should expect to see that. At least 1 Outburst Silver, and then 1 of Clear Cut, UD Canvas Black and White, Dazzlers Pink, the Gaming Co-op FOV etc. Blue, a Young Guns Rookie Card, 6 per box, so 1 every other pack, and an additional serial numbered, short print, or printing plates, 1 total. So it will be chock full of stuff. You can pretty much expect to see some kind of non-base in every pack, basically, is what you should expect from these packs in these boxes. And then from here, you can see, as always, the last 50 cards are all Young Guns. So that's in there, 201 to 250. And I think from the rookie class I see here, there are some decent names. I think it's going to be a kind of an even match of the different Young Guns. I don't think there's one specific standout Young Gun that we're looking for here, but I think they've got a bunch of decent ones. I know as a Dallas Star fan, Stan Coven is a good one that could potentially be there. And I think there are going to be some other ones depending on the team that you follow.
Yeah, it looks like young kid Lane Hudson from Montreal. He could be one of the chase ones. And the kid Remke, the big kid from the Rangers, he's in there. So those are the 3 that I saw anyway.
Perfect. And one of the ones that I'll give as an example here, and this is kind of interesting. So this one, if you check out the checklist, you'll be able to see the checklist, not just for hobby, but also for the other formats. So this is something here in the Friday Blaster Packs, which I don't know what that is yet. It's kind of interesting. So there's 94, 95 rookie die cuts. So they did pull out the retros. But again, for all the other ones, you can see all the different inserts. You can follow along and follow your team. And they do sort it out by team sets as well. So I think this is a very handy feature if you're a team collector, that you can actually click on this and see all the different players you're looking for and be able to check out what you're chasing. So inserts, full checklist, and base is all included here. And you can download an Excel file if you really want to sort through everything and really get it down to the nitty-gritty. We'll include a link to this in the description for you so that you can check it out for yourself and get a full grasp of everything that's available and be able to check it out. Series 1 is a big drop. and it follows up. And since we're at 4.5, gets us right up to date. So that's very good stuff.
Perfect.
Yep.
Good stuff. So from the other stuff that's dropping in the store, is there anything else that's worth noting that you guys would like to mention from the rest of the release list?
Yeah, we've got some composite football coming in, hangers, mega boxes, and value boxes. So anytime we can get a little bit of football in, it's worth mentioning. Above average supply than we've been getting, but again, it moves quickly. So you don't want to sleep on that too long.
Okay, I can actually add something about that. So this is composite football from Topps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so composite football it's an interesting product. So what I'll say to you about that is that it is very nice if you're into a lot of the veteran players. So if you're a big fan, so I'm a Favre fan, obviously Packer fan, but there's a bunch of good ones there. Some of the designs actually look very interesting. And if you like different refractors and a lot of different versions, they've also got autographs of some legendary players. They've got a handful of rookies in there, but again, unlicensed, so bear that in mind. So give that up front. It is an unlicensed product because Topps doesn't have the full license yet. They're not able to fully do that. But they can. That's why they were able to have a very heavy Legends checklist.
The price point on it's pretty good as well, so that probably reflects the unlicensed part of it. But a nice option anyway, because a lot of the recent hobby and blasters that we've been getting are a little pricier. So this is a little bit of something for everyone.
Absolutely. But that's the reason I'm saying we make sure to mention it. That way people are not misinformed. We want to make sure they know that. But what I'll say is what that allows is it allows for a lot of interesting designs because Topps, since it's called composite, because they combined a bunch of different product designs in it. So when you're opening up a pack, you're going to see like, oh, okay, so Topps Chrome, and then you're going to see Finest, and then you're going to see this and that, and you see a lot of different stuff available in the same pack. So it's similar to what Panini does for Chronicles. Same idea where they've got one pack, and then you can get different designs. So if you're chasing after, I use Favre as an example, I can get a Topps Chrome Favre, I can get a Finest Favre, and then different refractors for the different versions of that as well. And again, they've also got autographs. So you can get some on-card autographs of some of these guys, again, like Favre and some of these guys. But you do have, I think, C.J. Stroud. I think Will Levis is in it. There's a handful of rookies that you can get in there as well. And that allows you to be able to chase after them. It creates kind of an interesting dynamic of it. So it's kind of a different kind of product. But if you like Topps designs, there's a heavy dose of those. And Topps Composite allows you to get kind of a sense of that. Check it out because you might find some interesting designs that might catch your eye. Some interesting stuff in there. All right. Anything else from your list there that is of interest?
Blair, you want to attempt that?
Yeah,
please try to attempt it.
There's a different product coming in. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see this till this morning, but Jerry apparently is excited about it, so we'll see what it is. But it's 2024 Wow Phantom Warner Brothers 100th anniversary. So basically, anything Warner Brother covers. So anything from like old shows like the Jetsons to Lord of the Rings, and there's a set with the Phantom card in there. So 18 different cards, and I think the way you get it, 10 packs a box, 5 cards a pack, and just a lot of serial numbered insert stuff. I think it's going to be some shiny stuff, and that's about all I got in a quick time. Yeah,
perfect. So real quick, since I had mentioned it, like I said, I wanted to make sure I gave some good info on it. The Topps Composite is 2023, I think. It's a 2023 year on that one?
It says, yes, 2023.
Yeah. Perfect. So let me quickly show you guys. I won't do a full breakdown. I just want to quickly show you so you can see for yourself. So there's your box. So if you look at the hobby box, you got 3 autographed cards per box. So that's the reason why I say. I'll actually include this as for you as a little bonus. I'll include the link to this if you want to check out the checklist for yourself. So this is what I'm referring to here. So here is your Bryce Young. You've got different designs. So that's an Allen and Ginter. So again, another Topps product, but a different kind. Here's a Will Levis and Topps Finest. So again, you got different kinds there. And there's a Barry Sanders Topps Chrome autograph. So when I'm saying there are legends in there, they've got 3 autographs per box. Well, you're going to see a lot of legendary play. If you're a big football fan, they got some deep cuts in there. Check out the checklist because you might find stuff like that. A Barry Sanders autograph to me is a very cool possibility as a pull.
Yeah.
If you're a big Lions fan or a Barry Sanders fan, you like your 90s football, there's some guys. That's why I say I use Favre as an example for me. Barry Sanders is not a half bad example. You can get stuff like that in there. But again, that's why I say I lead with the unlicensed so that you're fully informed. But at the same time, check it out. Kurt Warner here is an example. And then check out the checklist. You're going to see different formats, but you can check out. It's a big checklist. There's a lot in there. And right here, you can see all the different brands that are available. Topps Gallery, Heritage, Midnight, Cosmic Chrome, Topps Chrome Black. So when you're opening a pack, you could open multiple packs, get the same player, and get completely different designs because you're getting all these different versions of it available in it. So it's kind of an interesting, just from a pack opening perspective, there's some interesting stuff in there. So I leave it to you. Check it out for yourself.
Yeah, and so far, we're not receiving hobby boxes, but that doesn't mean, on a future invoice, it will pop up and it's hidden this way. So, but we are getting the hangers, the mega boxes, and value boxes.
Cool. Sounds good. That's why I wanted to emphasize the different stuff that you can get in there. And if you like parallels, I'll leave it to you to see the list of the parallels. It's extensive, let's say. So you can get a lot of different versions of some of these. If you really want to chase them, that'll give you a challenge. That'll give you a good challenge if you want to go down that route. Perfect. All right, guys. So I think we've covered that. We let Blair give a good example of trying to pronounce. So that worked out very nicely. Anything else we want to touch on then before we call it an episode?
No, just been restocking the discount bins. We've lowered the pricing on some of our in-store products just with the Upper Deck coming out, and then we've had a couple big releases weekly. We want to make sure we don't get stuck with the excess amount of inventory. So I think Ice, we've probably dropped the price a little bit. SPX we have. So definitely reach out to the store, or just stop in and have a look. So we try to cut back when we can. So Ice I think is a pretty good value right now. So you might want to stop by and grab one.
Yeah, and we I guess from some of the last products like Ice and even some metal. So we have some singles that we were able to pick up from purchases. So we got some samples of some of those in store. Some in the showcase, some of the boxes. So if you're looking to add to your collection, come on in and check those out.
Amazing. And be sure if you're there to ask Blair about all their constellation cards. That's a personal favorite of everyone. I think constellations just bask in its glory. Bask in its glory. I will add though, just as a little aside, if you check out the constellations, you'll get a kick out of it. I will say though, one thing you can add is that apparently they're actually puzzle pieces. So if you complete a bunch of them, you can actually build out the constellation.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw it in there. Just thought I would mention it. Listen, it was brought to my attention very loudly. It was brought to my attention. So I wanted to make sure I gave that information out to you in case you were curious. It is apparently a puzzle piece. You can compile a constellation. And again, ask Blair. He'll show you. He'll show you all the constellations.
I call them the floating heads.
That's what they are. Yes. So you can build a constellation of floating heads. Live the dream. All right, so that'll be it for us. So we'll figure out the formatting. So we're having a little bit of fun with it today, but obviously we want to talk about Series 1. That was really the priority. Want to make sure we touched on that. But then also the other thing is we'll figure out the way we're going to mix, because adding in the live will actually add a nice element. But at the same time, then we'll figure out how the formatting of this episode should stay very close to the same. But we'll try to figure out how to make sure to balance the two so that the two get, especially since we're talking about the future from the past from the future. This whole timing thing, the space-time continuum, Blair hasn't fixed the flux capacitor. It's very confusing. We're in the past, we're in the present, Blair. I don't know where we are.
I have no idea where I am right now.
See? We got to figure it out. We'll work on it. We'll figure it out. So, for Blair and for Steve, Collecting the Scalps, Collecting the People, this is episode 52 of AMG Hobby Talk. We'll be back with future episodes again. We'll figure out the finalized scheduling. So this one, I believe, should be a midweek drop when you get this episode. And then, like I said, we'll mix and match it with the live stream and kind of figure it out. But stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button. Give the engagement. Leave comments because we will review them in the following episode. And if there's something more urgent, reach out to the store and the contact points we provided. If you want to check out those products we talked about, I include links to them in the description for you if you want to check out the checklists. So that'll be it for this time around. We'll catch you in the next one.